Welcome to Thoroughbred action from Gulfstream Park. Ron Nicoletti here. It is curling Florida Derby week. It doesn't get more exciting than this. We got 9 races on this Wednesday card. Let's check out those track and weather conditions.
The weather is beautiful. Partly cloudy skies, temperatures in the low 80s. The main track fast, the Tapeta track fast. We are off the turf today. In race 1, number 1, Vanessa's Wish. Make the jockey Javier Castellano. There in the gate, racing at Gulfstream. From the inside, Goddess Soteria begins very quickly and reaches out for early command. The favorite Trumpetta is away 3 wide, and La Tremenda is going to work between horses. Out in the center is Senorita No Mas, widest of all Royal Prado. Just inside her, both Miss Morgan and CC Girl. Moving up toward the rail, it's My Sweet Adeline, and along the rail, Vanessa's Wish is on the improve, while last of all, the opening quarter to Goddess Soteria. Goddess Soteria went 22-4 for the opening quarter and is dogged outside by La Tremenda. They're locked up heads apart. They've gone 4 better than Trumpetta, who's situated well in 3rd. Senorita No Mas is now 4th. Down at the inside, My Sweet Adeline races 5th. Then it's CC Girl in front of Miss Morgan. Royal Prado's out the back, and Vanessa's Wish is last, and she tries to improve, better than 9 lengths off the lead of Goddess Soteria. La Tremenda's right alongside. These two kick past a half and 46 flat. Trumpetta's had a sweet trip. We'll see what she can do with it. She's 2.5 lengths off the embattled duo. Senorita No Mas gets started on her outside. Trying to run home from the back is CC Girl. Less than a quarter of a mile to come, and Goddess Soteria and Leonel Reyes have shrugged off the challenge of La Tremenda. Meanwhile, Trumpetta was perfectly situated and had nothing in reserve. They're 1/8 of a mile from home, and Goddess Soteria still has work to do. Trumpetta and Senorita No Mas try to gain late ground. It's Trumpetta in the middle. It's on the outside. Senorita No Mas trying to get up. Senorita No Mas launching. It's a photo finish. If she got there out in the middle, it's in the last jump. It's a photo between Senorita No Mas and Goddess Soteria in 1:12-1. They're off. Good start for Ranger Battalion, who heads off for an early advantage. Moving out the rail, let's map this on the go. Splitting horses Hurricane Express. Far outside Eastern Extension. Seeker's Hope makes it a party. It's a logjam for the early lead. From out of the scrum, Hurricane Express takes an advantage and leads now by almost a length. Map this is along the rail in second. Up to the outside Eastern Extension and between horses Seeker's Hope. Back from there, Super Crunchy in the red cap for Dylan Davis 3 wide. Mythic Performance stays parked at the rail. Then back to War Officer. He's close enough, about 5 lengths off the lead. And after a good break, it's now Ranger Battalion, who's last of the 8 after an opening quarter in 23-4. Down the backstretch they go. The leader is Hurricane Express, 3 parts of length. Eastern Extension is in a good spot second. From the inside, that's Map This. In the middle, Seeker's Hope. Out in the center, War Officer begins to tug and looks for racing room with Super Crunchy on his outside. At the rail, that's Mythic Performance. And at the back of the field is Ranger Battalion. They went the half mile in 48-2. Less than half a mile to journey. They swing around the far turn. It's Hurricane Express. And Jorge Ruiz in front, 3 parts of a length. Eastern Extension is now second. Davis gives Super Crunchy the green light. He's now 3 wide into third. Seeker's Hope is next. Here are the favorites. It's War Officer still on the bridle. Meanwhile, it's Mythic Performance who's not. Ranger Battalion tries to get underway while plotting a very wide course as they reach the top of the stretch. The leader, Hurricane Express. He's been there from the word go. Off cover. It's War Officer down the center and Super Crunchy's in the middle. War Officer under very confident handling. He has now made a clear lead. He's 5-2 and he's a winner. It's War Officer for Centennial Farm clearing off to win by 4 in the end. Up for second was Mythic Performance from Hurricane Express third. Ranger Battalion is fourth in 141-1.
Jackie's Warrior quickly in front here by 2 lengths. Here comes Jackie's Warrior up the inside to take over the lead from Life is Good. And Jackie's Warrior remains undefeated here at Saratoga, and he wins an unprecedented Grade 1 stakes at the Spa for the 3rd straight season.
Any success that we've enjoyed is directly attributable to the men and women who first bring horses to us to sell. You got to have good product. If we're able to attract quality horses to our sale with quality men and women selling them, we're going to have good sales. Everything that we do is going to be to achieve success tomorrow by doing things right today. It's a commitment to get up and do the right thing every day in a consistent and a professional fashion, and that's a great recipe for success long term.
And they're off. Good start for Wiggle and Wine, beat to the punch by Any Moment, who's on the go. Ridden hard between horses is Blossoming Erudite, who's up into the top flight. A length and a half to Want All the Smoke, and Nablina is at the rail, and out in the center, Para Siempre. In the run to the half-mile point, it's Any Moment who has the lead. Blossoming Erudite is right there second, 3 wide. Wiggle and Wine is now third. Want All the Smoke is a well-situated fourth. Para Siempre is next, and out-kicked early is Nablina. 22 seconds flat for the opening quarter. They pass the 5/16. Any Moment has the inside edge and a narrow advantage. In between horses, Blossoming Erudite, 3 wide, Wiggle and Wine. 2.5 back to the outside, and Para Siempre passing Want All the Smoke. Nablina's going to try to circumnavigate the group. She's underway. Whitecap far outside. Off the turn and the stretch drive. Here's the move from Wiggle and Wine to take over the lead. Right back at her is Blossoming Erudite, and on the far outside, Nablina. They come past the 16th pole. Nablina tries to pick up Wiggle and Wine. Wiggle and Wine just in front. Nablina surging, but she's running out of time. Wiggle and Wine is in front. Nablina second, Blossoming Erudite third, Want All the Smoke fourth, and Para Siempre in 104-1. They're off and running. Sorority Bid and the red blinkers away quickly, but not quicker than Bugged Out, who's up and around her to take a clear lead. Bugged Out to the top. In between horses, Kiss Cam, and out wide on the course goes Great Shashi. The trio at the back, Mitra Guana, Largata Salvaje, and China Blue. In the run around the first turn, it's Dylan Davis and Bugged Out who have the lead. They lead by a length and a half over a rail-running Sorority Bid. Out in the middle is Great Shashi, 2 better than Kiss Cam, who fighting the rating in fourth. Outside, while racing in the fifth spot, is China Blue. Down at the rail goes Mitra Guana, and the trailer Legata Salvaje. The opening quarter was 24-2. They race down the backstretch. Bugged Out leads 3 parts of a length. Great Shashi is now second. A keen third is Kiss Cam. China Blue is 4 wide as Sorority Bid loses a bit of ground, 5th at the inside. Then it's Mitra Guana, and the trailer is Legata Salvaje. They make their way to the half-mile point. Great Shashi is now right alongside Bugged Out for the lead through a 49 2 half-mile. 3 wide and Kiss Cam at the rail, Sorority Bid. Then back to China Blue. Mitra Guana still remains second last, and at the back throughout, Legata Salvaje. They put on some speed and round the far turn. 5/16 from home, and Great Shashi sticks a neck in front. Bugged Out is now second, with fresh legs and angling from third is Sorority Bid. That's all for Kiss Cam. Everybody else working pretty hard. On the far outside, it's China Blue, and they're on their way home. 3 quarters, 1:13-1. It's a confident Edwin Gonzalez who looks over both shoulders, floats a bit wide off the corner, and sends Great Shashi on with the task. Sorority Bid opts for an inside lane and tries to close her down, and here comes Sorority Bid. Sorority Bid does have a kick, and she's up to take the lead now. Great Shashi thought he had her, but he's not getting by here, as it's still Sorority Bid in front, and Sorority Bid will win it. Second, Great Shashi, well clear of the others. It's a photo for third between Mitra Guana and China Blue in 144-3. And they're off. Good start for Freedom Road, and Irad is riding him for some forward position. Moving out the rail, that's Morgan Point on the move. Out in the center, Bold Advance making the top flight, and they run out of the chute. It's Bold Advance for a narrow lead. Moving through is Morgan Point, splitting horses Freedom Road. Fourth is Philharmonic, 2.5 better than Grand Tower, and Awesome Train is last. They complete the opening quarter, and they're almost 3 in line. The two favorites are stride for stride already. In the middle is Freedom Road. Along the rail, Morgan Point, 3 wide, Bold Advance. He's now dropped the length off them as they quicken up 5/8 from home. Out in the center is Philharmonic, working 3 better than Grand Tower. No speed at all from Awesome Train. 24-1 for the opening quarter. They go to the half-mile point. And Edwin Gonzalez and Morgan Point lead 3 parts of a length from Freedom Road, who's latched on to him second behind an opening half-mile in 47 seconds flat. Bold Advance is asked to quicken 3 wide third. Philharmonic drops back to fourth. Grand Tower's been out-kicked while racing in fifth, and a long way behind is Awesome Train. So the two favorites getting set to square off at the 5/16 as Freedom Road moves outside Morgan Point. Morgan Point with inside position and the lead. Freedom Road is right up on his outside second, 3 better than Bold Advance, who's hanging tough while third. The rest are not of consequence, and they're at the top of the stretch. 3 quarters, 1:11 and 3. Morgan Point tries to turn back Freedom Road. These two brush with 1/8 of a mile to go. Morgan Point on the inside, outside Freedom Road. Now they're down to a 16th remaining. Outside Freedom Road, Morgan Point not done yet on the inside. Morgan Point rallies again at Freedom Road. Freedom Road, Morgan Point, Freedom Road. What a great horse race from two very game individuals. Freedom Road beat Morgan Point narrowly, 136 and 2.
At the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance, we believe in giving every thoroughbred a second chance.
And thanks to you, the owners, trainers, breeders, and every supporter,
You've created a ripple effect of change that's helping these magnificent animals move on to new careers and safe, fulfilling lives after racing.
Every single donation, whether big or small, is contributing to a brighter future.
But this race is just beginning. Because of you, we have gained incredible momentum and we're ready for more.
They're off. Blowing the start badly was Domer Allure, 5 lengths last. Since You Left was away quickly and reaches out for early command, moving out the rail, Major Price out in the middle. Lady Emily Catherine moves up to challenge. Up on the far outside, it's Gallyhead, dropping over as 1 of 1, and after a blown start, Domer Allure is last a long way. Around the first turn they go. John Velasquez and Since You Left have the lead. She's a bit keen. He's trying to get her to settle down up front. Lady Emily Catherine is now turning up the pressure in second, out wide on the course in Gallyhead. Moving out the rail, Major Price, then back to 1 of 1, and still a gap of 1.5 lengths to Domer Allure, who was very slow into stride but is closer at the back. 23 and 3 for the opening quarter. They have less than 5 furlongs to run. Since You Left has the lead by a neck. Turning up the heat from second is Irad Ortiz Jr. on Lady Emily Catherine. Gap of 2.5 to Gallyhead. She's in the white blaze while racing in third. Major Price is at the rail, dropping back a touch now with 1 of 1 and Domer Allure at the back. They went to half in 47 seconds flat, so the leader had to do some work in the second quarter. And here's the favorite, Lady Emily Catherine, up to Chevenek in front. Since You Left is there second. Gallyhead is asked to quicken by Sofia Vivas for racing in third. Outside 1 of 1 with an upset threat here for Leonel Reyes, sweeping into action on the far outside. They reach the top of the stretch. Lady Emily Catherine has the lead. She did some work in the interior fractions and leads by a neck. From between horses, Gallyhead outside 1 of 1. Off the turn in the stretch drive, 3/4, 1:11 and 4. They're an eighth of a mile out. On the far outside, 1 of 1 tries to track down Lady Emily Catherine. Trying to hold ground in the middle is Gallyhead. There's a 16th to run. Outside 1 of 1. In the middle, Gallyhead. Gallyhead gains the upper hand. Lady Emily Catherine fights right back, but Gallyhead gets the job done. Gallyhead and Sofia Vivas for the money from Lady Emily Catherine, and 1 of 1, well clear of Gomer Allure fourth, 142 and 4. And they're off. The two favorites were both away well, 16 Cigarettes and Akati King. They're beat to the punch by Mayhem and the Palace, who will take the early lead. Mayhem and the Palace out of the chute on top. 16 Cigarettes is now second. Secret Lover moves up to be third. Golden Sombrero is at the rail. And this heavy favorite is last to begin here, Akati King. He's in a nice rhythm on the back, but he is last, and he's 3 lengths off the speed. Golden Sombrero moves up inside of Mayhem and the Palace to challenge for control. 16 Cigarettes is now out in the middle. Secret Lover races in fourth, and on his outside is Akati King. Favorite is still last here, and Davis starts to move his hands a touch. He wants a little more from him as they went the opening quarter in just 23 and 4. Around the far turn, 3/8 of a mile remains. The leader is Golden Sombrero, on top by half a length. Mayhem in the Palace is second, 16 Cigarettes is third. This favorite, he just does not appear to be firing at all. Akati King, Davis is asking for any sort of reply, and with every stride he takes, he loses ground. He's last a long way as the odds-on favorite as they race for home. The leader is Mayhem in the Palace. From the outside, 16 Cigarettes takes aim. Golden Sombrero is next. Then Secret Lover and Akati King, who has trailed throughout. They're an eighth of a mile from home. Mayhem and the Palace roused forward by Jose Morelos to finish the job. He's 7-1, and he's got it won. Mayhem and the Palace, the son of Palace Malice, to win by 2.5. Secret Lover is up for second. 16 Cigarettes third. Golden Sombrero fourth. Akati King, in a word, he was dull. He was last at 123 and 2. They're off. And they're off. In the middle, Speed Runner gets the first call, moving up toward his inside. That's Extreme Access Centaur. Out in the center, Khathib makes it a party, away fourth, and Bourbon Outlaw. Then back at the rail is Pet Matt. The early trailer is Roscoe Pine. In the run around the first turn, Rajiv Mirage was intent on getting the lead with Extreme Access, and he's there now. He's open 3.5 on Speed Runner, who races in second. Khathib is now racing in third position, a gap of 2 to Bourbon Outlaw, then Pet Matt and Roscoe Pine. Field strung out over a ton of ground. There's probably 14 lengths from first to last behind a 23-3 energetic opening quarter. The leader is Extreme Access, on top now by 2.5. Speed Runner second, Khathib is third, 2.5 to Bourbon Outlaw in fourth. Then Pet Matt, and still lingering at the back of the field, the trailer is Roscoe Pine. That's the 6 of them as they make their way half a mile from the wire. The leader is still Extreme Access. His lead is only a length now, though. From the outside, Khathib is second. Back to third is Speed Runner, 4 ahead of Bourbon Outlaw. Then Pet Matt and Roscoe Pine. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn, and Khathib draws up alongside to take the lead from Extreme Access, who's back to second. Then it's a gap of 2 to Speed Runner, who's still third. Pet Matt asked to quicken. He rallies into fourth now, passing Bourbon Outlaw, and Roscoe Pine has been no factor last throughout. They reach the top of the stretch. 3/4, 1:11-4. Khathib and Edwin Gonzalez turn in on top. From the inside and dropping back is Extreme Access. Pet Matt charging hard down the center, and Speed Runner between. Here's Pet Matt and Speed Runner. Speed Runner overhauls Khathib, who flattens out after his early effort. Down the center and Pet Matt. Speed Runner driven hard by Dylan Davis, and he has the lead. Pet Matt can't reach him. Speed Runner in front. Pet Matt second. Third was Bourbon Outlaw, then Extreme Access. Bad flattening out from Khathib. He ended up second last in here to start the late daily double. And runners away. Last in, first out, 1,000 Stories gets the first call with Well Aware. Quickly on to challenge. Away in third is Alluring Serenity. Go Amy is at the rail from fourth, a length and a half in front of Something Simple. On her outside is Circuit Court, second last Perfect Connection. Princess Claudia, the early trailer, in the run to the half-mile point. Edgard Zayas and Well Aware have a narrow advantage over 1,000 Stories, who's flanking her in second. Go Amy is kept close to the action, in tight toward the rail. Getting started on the outside, it's Circuit Court up into third now. Go Amy shuffled back a couple spots, passed by Alluring Serenity and Something Simple, then back to Perfect Connection, and Princess Claudia outgunned at the back. The quarter speed was 22-4. Held together up front, Well Aware does it well. She's got her ears up, looking around for something else to do. She's in front by a neck while Zayas tries to get her to mind her business. Outside 1,000 Stories, hooked off cover. Alluring Serenity is underway. Go Amy's going to try to slide through at the rail. They move by a half in 46-1. The rail opens for Go Amy, who tries to get Well Aware. On her outside, 1,000 Stories, and down the center, Alluring Serenity. They're an eighth of a mile from home. Well Aware surrounded. Inside, Go Amy. Outside, Alluring Serenity. 16th to go. At the rail, Go Amy. Right on her outside, Well Aware, but Go Amy rides the rail to victory under John Velasquez. Second is Well Aware. Third, Alluring Serenity. 1,000 Stories is fourth, and Perfect Connection to complete your high five in 1:17-4.
And that wraps up the Wednesday card. We're right back here on Thursday with a 9-race card. The first race post is 12:50 p.m. And, of course, it's Curlin Florida Derby Week. So much excitement. Boy, you got to be at Gulfstream Park.